Nice. Just nice. That's an ice cream. It's a biscuit. So what about the sessions themselves? What about this morning, the sessions? How do you think they went? Do you think they helped you in any way? Okay, so what I'm going to do things, but what I'm trying to get you to do is question. So the session that started, the session that was presented with myself and later on when we did the mannequins, there's going to be new things in that. But what about the use of sedation? What about the safety aspect? Do you think that the session itself was good and what you expected and you were able to challenge your own practices in that session? Because it's a new way of us presenting it, so that's why we're asking these questions. So from the session that we did with the mannequin, is there anything else that you would prefer to have done with that? So from the session with the mannequin, is there anything from that that you think was left out? So when we look at what we did with the mannequin and then we go to the human being, I think the big thing is that the mannequin actually gives you a lot of resistance in what you're doing, so you think you're doing things wrong, you think you're doing things correctly. And it is just a mannequin, and we keep saying it's just a mannequin, it doesn't match about that at the time. But principles are applied. If you apply the principles that we actually show you on the mannequin in the real world, and that's great. Now, what I'd like to say is this, is that the most important thing for you to realise is no point are we unhappy to repeat anything. So, at no point are we reluctant to repeat anything. At any time, if you want one of us to actually go through something again, more than happy to do so. We can do a small breakout session, we can do something in here. In your pads, there should be something about have you got that yet, Novel, about the KPI bits and all this type? So, if you look in your pads, there should be something to do with. Just DOPS forms. Okay, well we'll sort that out for you tomorrow, and then I'll go through that with you. So I don't want to, but the idea is that we're going to get you to look at where you are now, and then we're going to get you to look at where you are at the end of the course, and then we're going to give you an idea of what to do when you go back to your places and how to continue with your development and how you could further enhance what you're doing if you wish, and then look at some way of getting you a certification. But that involves you doing a number of procedures and then resubmitting to here evidence accordingly, so such as a portfolio of how many procedures you've done that's been signed and ratified by one of your bosses, and also shows how much sedation you've been given, how much pain relief you've been given, the procedures you've been doing, success rates. So that's all about your KPIs. If you then send that back to us when you've done a certain amount, that you've reached a certain target, we'd then look at it, and if it meets a certain standard, more than happy to have you back here, then to go off and then for us to look at you again and then say, yeah, this person warrants to be certificated, and then give you an official certificate from the centre. So what I'm trying to do is get you excited about, it's not just coming here to learn the principles of colonoscopy. This could lead to bigger things, a proper certificate that you've actually, not just the fact that I've been on a course and I've done so many, but you will be certificated by one of the best units in the world, not just in this country. So one of the best units in the world, one of the most advanced units that has highly skilled individuals who are able to help you and support you with that. How does that feel? But it's for real. So I know I'm saying how does it sound, but that is for real as well. What about this afternoon or later on in the day with regards to the procedures themselves? Everybody get out of it what they wanted. Okay. So what's going to happen is Novel's going to have a look at you as individuals, and then she's going to allocate you to one of us who, as a faculty, who will help you, sit down with you before. So tomorrow morning she'll say, you know, Novel would say, right, you can go with Sajda, and Sajda will go through with you where you've been and then talk to you, and then at the end of the day she'll sit down and talk with you again, and then on Tuesday she'll talk with you again, then we'll do the feedback, and then before you go away, that person then will sit down and discuss your portfolio, what you should be doing, how you go forward from here, and then we can have feedback for everybody. So you'll get your own person from the team who will actually be supporting you while you're here. If you're getting a little bit down and they notice, they'll come and support you, so don't worry about that. If one of the team notices that you're maybe a little bit down and maybe not, as happy as what you have been, then they may point that person towards you, or you can even approach any other individual within the team. Because courses can be quite challenging sometimes. People can have a great success or failure, and it doesn't help them in any way, shape or form. How does that feel? It's quite touchy-feely. It's something that you haven't had before, I'd guess. But that's the way that we should be going with regards things like this, where you're exposing yourself on here, you're exposing yourself out into a new environment. That is a lot of pressure, and you're also showing that you're finding something difficult, so you're exposing your abilities and your skill level, and that makes you very vulnerable. And what you need to be is supported and protected, and I don't think we do that very well in any country. But I think if we actually do that in this country, and it's something that's proposed in the UK, but they keep turning it down. And that's because they say they haven't got the time. Here we've got the faculty, so we will have the time. Yeah.
Tomorrow is 8:30.
So 8:30 is a good time for everybody? So good time to also you have to start at
So 8:30 we start tomorrow, and tomorrow is just hands-on. We have few lectures in between, but it will be mostly hands-on.
So first thing in the morning, if we get a bit late with the starting position, maybe we can have a half an hour open discussion or topic discussion. We have a couple of topics ready. And then hands-on training we can start at 9 a.m. And we'll
So
follow
we're getting tomorrow each candidate will get
two cases.
two cases. So all of you got one case today, so tomorrow the aim is that each of you get two cases, and then on Tuesday the aim is to get two cases again.
5 cases for the whole workshop.
And tomorrow evening we have our post dinner, so we'll tell you about that after.
And is the mannequins going to be?
Mannequins are available all the time, so as in between, if you want to go and practice on the mannequins, you can always do that. You don't need us to be there.
Well, one will always be there. One will always be available. So don't feel that you're going on the mannequin and then you're just on the mannequin. A member of the faculty will always be available. And if not, just go and ask Novel and she'll find somebody.
And ideally during the tea break we'll have a session so that we can all.
Any questions? Okay.